Hello and welcome to the another series of success stories. In this series, we discuss and talk with our students who have cleared their exams so that you can learn from their journey and avoid the mistakes that they have done. Today, we have Nandu Krishna with us who has cleared Group 2 of the CS Executive Program. Hello, Nandu. Welcome to the success stories.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes. So, Nandu, first of all, congratulations. You've cleared a big hurdle, first step of your executive program. Now, give us a brief background of yourself, your education, and how you have inclined to taking the CS course.
Okay, ma'am. First of all, my name is Nandu Krishna, and I'm from Kerala, from the district of Ernakulam. And I'm a graduate student, and I've graduated from Namela College and graduated on BCom taxation. So, post that, I came across this CS course, and I was able to know this from one of my sister's friends actually. So, I was someone who is very interested of this theory and law. And from that, I asked her regarding these details, and she told me CS is of a course which is like, you learn about law and theory, and which is kind of interesting. So with that, I had an interest, and I done research on that, and later I found it is something which is meant for me. So I thought,
So like you're saying that you're interested in the theory subjects more. So is that the reason why you preferred Group 2 over Group 1 for the attempt first?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in Group 2, did you find some subjects that are challenging and a few subjects that you were really interested or inclined in?
Yeah. So talking about the hardest subject, it will be, of course, the tax laws and practice. And to be talking about these subjects, it was the ECIPL.
Okay. So did you have any other study methodology for studying tax law? Because you said it is difficult for you. So did you approach the subject differently than ECIPL or CMSL?
Yes, ma'am. So regarding tax laws and practice, I had no coaching actually. So I referred the YouTube marathon classes actually. And from that, I made notes of my own, and I did do the practice on that, and I was able to do it, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so very good. So now, like you said that you have been preparing for Group 2. This was your second attempt for clearing
Yes,
the
ma'am.
course. What is it that you did differently in the second attempt when compared to your first attempt?
Okay, so during my first attempt, I was new to this, and I wasn't fully known about how the way they'll be asking the questions or how the exam pattern was. So it was like a trial and error method, and just give a simple attempt in first attempt, and it didn't went well. So I asked my faculties in the chapter, and they told me some ways like you need to make notes, you need to write and practice. So I use a technique from the group 2, and I made notes of my own by watching the marathon sessions and each and everything. So by that I made the notes, I studied, and it was easy for me.
Okay. So what are those study tips and techniques that you would like to suggest to your friends who are watching these success stories? Of what are the things that they can incorporate in their study routine to see the positive result like you have seen?
Okay. So first things first, it's about you understand the concept very well. And after that, you have to understand the concept and also refer the modules, the chapter modules. I mean, the ICC material, it is very important. And also, you have to watch the marathon session, especially if you are like missing out some chapters and things like that. And from that, you can make notes. It's like you can watch it, you can learn it, and you can make notes of your own using your own words. So the advantage of that is when we use our own words, it's like something which is stuck in our brain, and we'll remember that. So yeah, that's what I did.
Okay, so did you also practice writing your answers on an everyday basis or taking the test and mock exams?
Okay, so writing practice, I couldn't do it every day. So weekly for Saturdays and Sundays, I'll move those days for writing those. And what I used to do was I used to take 2 or 3 questions from the past year papers, and I wrote them once or twice, 2 times.
Okay.
So 3 questions I would take and I write it 2 times. You will learn it, and the next day I do the same thing for writing practice.
So very wonderful point that Nandu has pointed out here is referring to the previous year question papers. Most of the students open the previous year question papers just before the exam to see what are the repeated questions or what are those questions which carry high weightage. But it is very, very important that you keep your past year question papers while you're preparing for the chapter itself, because then you know what are the kind of questions that are being asked, how to write the answers, what are the guideline answers. Keeping all this together, if you're going to begin your preparation, it's going to have a better weightage in the preparation itself. So that is one good thing that Nandu has incorporated, and all of you can also incorporate it in your study routine. So Nandu, coming to a very simple question, how many hours in a day did you put into pass at the CS exam?
I'll be honest in that case. Actually, I used to put like 6 to 8 hours, not more than that. So what I used to do is like I said about the past year's papers, I take this, and I wrote them. I attempt those and I practice them. So by that, you will be able to face the hard questions, like you know how the questions are given in the past year papers or the question papers. So with that, you'll have a level of confidence, like you can get any answers if you're given such a question like that. So yeah.
So see, Nandu has qualified group 2 and he studied 6 to 8 hours a day. So the entire myth about that you have to study 10 hours, 12 hours to pass the exams is absolutely not true. It is just the consistency that is required with the exact amount of preparation. So 6 to 8 hours a day is sufficient if you are preparing with focus, attention, and consistency. So that is the thing that you can learn from Nandu's journey of preparation for group 2. Now, how is the preparation for group 1 going, Nandu? Now that you're going to attempt in the next exam, how is your preparation for group 1?
Okay, so likewise, the given timetable, I follow the timetable a bit, and also same time I'm practicing such a way that it's like okay, I will say how it I'm doing. So first, right now, I'll start with the CEFM. Like for the December exam, it's like the first exam is CIGL, then compiled to the SBL, and last is the CFM. So what I'm doing right now is I'm starting from the last exam, means the last subject. And by the end of December first week, I'll be able to focus the 2 weeks for JIGL, which will be helping me to attempt for the December examination.
Okay. So before winding up the interview, what are those certain tips that you would like to give your fellow students of how they can incorporate these study routines or tips in their lives so that they can also clear the exams?
Okay, so from my experience, what I'll be saying is just make sure that you're practicing daily, writing practice. It is something very, very important. Like it will help us to face the questions, write the answers within the time. It will also ensure that our writing pace is stronger, and also same time make sure that you're not like you don't want to learn for like more hours. Like if someone is comfortable with that, you can go on with that. And for me, in my case, like I used to do this writing practice, solving those, and I was able to write within the time. So that's the first tip. Second tip will be you have to attempt for the 100 marks, no matter what. Even if you don't know the answer, write something. Maybe that 1 mark or 2 marks might help you out. And third thing, you have to be confident in yourself, actually.
Yeah, good. So Nandu has brought about two very important points. One thing I would like to bring to all your notice is Nandu is very, very regular in writing the one day one answer. And I myself am so impressed with the kind of answers that he writes in the one day one answer. It's exactly like what we expect to be written in the final exam. So that level of seriousness is there when he's writing even one day one answer. It's not for the sake of writing, but it is so sincere and diligent in writing the one day one answers. Just reading his answers brings such a big smile on my face that the students are actually so interested in a course like this. So that is one thing. Congratulations, Nandu. The way you're preparing and the way you write every answer is commendable. Second thing that he has brought to the notice is with respect to, and the second point that he has brought to the notice is appearing for 100 marks, which is very, very rightly said. The more you attempt, the more the probability of you scoring more. If you're just writing for 70 marks, the chance of getting 40, the passing mark, is very, very difficult. On the other hand, if you're writing for 100, getting 40 is not very difficult. So yes, you have to write for 100 marks if you want to pass, and also if you're aiming for scoring an exemption. So with that, thank you, Nandu, for joining with us, for sharing your story with us. This might inspire many more students who are struggling with how to prepare and what is the approach to have. It is not necessary that you have to pass in the first attempt. It is your consistency, dedication, and interest towards the course that is going to take you to the finish line. And Nandu is doing an exceptional job in his preparation, and we wish you all the best for the next attempt, and we wish to see you soon in another success story where you're going to step into the professional journey.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nandu.